Welcome to another episode of Brief Economic Profiles. In this video, we focus on the Republic of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country located in the southern part of Africa bordering Zambia, Mozambique, the Republic of South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia. The country has a population of about 16.99 million people, with the city of Harare serving as the capital. According to the constitution, Zimbabwe is a multi-party democracy, with Emmerson Mnangagwa serving as the president since taking over from the late Robert Mugabe in 2017. According to the World Bank, Zimbabwe is a lower middle-income country. The latest IMF data, however, shows some progress. As of October 2024, the country had a GDP of $35.92 billion. This GDP is significantly smaller when compared to African economic heavyweights like South Africa, Egypt, and Nigeria. The annual GDP growth rate was at 2%, which is very low compared to countries like Rwanda, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Benin, but higher than that of South Africa. Nonetheless, this growth places Zimbabwe among the slowest growing economies in Africa. The GDP per capita was, however, relatively high at $2,110, higher than those of Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Rwanda. Zimbabwe's public debt is also relatively high, standing at 70.03% of the GDP, comparable to Kenya, South Africa, and Rwanda. For the year 2023, Zimbabwe's imports exceeded her exports in value, leading to a trade deficit of $1.99 billion. The country's official currency is the Zimbabwean gold, or the ZiG. As of the 18th of November 2024, $1 exchanged for around 6.87 ZiG. Zimbabwe has a mixed economy with dominant service and industry sectors. In particular, for the year 2022, the country's service sector contributed to about 40.74% of the GDP. These include services such as information and communication, tourism and hospitality, transport, and finance. The industry sector, inclusive of mining, manufacturing, and construction, came second at about 40.44% of the GDP. Meanwhile, the agricultural sector contributed the least at about 7.19% of the GDP. These estimates demonstrate the dominance of the service and industry sector in the country's economy. The mining and agriculture sectors dominate Zimbabwe's export trade. According to the Observatory of Economic Complexity, the OEC, the top 5 exports from the country include gold, nickel, raw tobacco, ferroalloys, and diamonds. Notably, as of 2022, Zimbabwe is the world's 25th largest exporter of gold. Additionally, Zimbabwe is also the world's 3rd largest exporter of tobacco. The country also ranks 23rd globally in diamond exports. If you are enjoying this video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our young channel to help us grow. Thank you. Despite having significant exports, Zimbabwe imports high-value goods that contribute to the persistent trade deficit. According to the OEC, the country's top imports in terms of value include refined petroleum, trucks, soybean oil, electricity, and fertilizer. Reducing the value of total imports by increasing local production is therefore vital for Zimbabwe's economic progress. Despite recording significant growth in recent years, several challenges have resulted in slowed progress. In particular, according to the World Bank, Zimbabwe has experienced droughts related to El-Nino, macroeconomic instability, a drop in mining prices, disrupted winter irrigation, and power shortages that have collectively disrupted growth. Moreover, persistent exchange rate pressures and currency volatility have also stifled growth. Nonetheless, the government has put in place measures to counter these challenges, starting with the introduction of the gold-backed currency, the ZiG. This new currency has helped to moderate inflationary pressures. Recovery in gold production is also helping to promote economic growth. Increased lithium mining is also expected to help in that regard, as the country recovers from climate-related setbacks. We continue to observe closely to see how Zimbabwe's economy develops and whether the growth will eventually pick up pace. Tell us what you think regarding Zimbabwe and her economy in the comments section below. including questions, clarifications, and suggestions.